Hi guys. I got a little jazz in the background. So I'm not keeping it on. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. I'm going to check and see that this is married up to the YouTube side. There we go. Me and my big mouth. Yep, we're there. Okay, we're live, and so far the quality of the camera looks almost too good. You can see how tired I look. I've just got on blush. That's it. Some lip gloss. That's all I'm up to do. Well, let's see. Hi, Lynette. Hi, Isadora. Thank you for being here. Already starting to get the sinus activated again. Okay, got your question, Lynette. That's the third one so far. And I'll take about 10. And I really will try to keep it at 10 because I feel like I give a better quality reading for people if I keep it. It's hard to say no, though. It's hard to say no to people. Yeah, just ask a general question, Marbie. Just put it in all caps, like you see Vivian's question that's, if you scroll above you, it's in all caps. That way it'll stand out. Or Lynette's, I'm sorry, it's in all caps. So just put in all caps. You just received your notice. Are you talking about your notice of the live or something else? Will I be able to retire next year? Got it, Musicman? You're number 4. I'm going to take about 10. Hey, Elena, hello. My eyes aren't so good, so I'm having to look like really close at the writing these days. Yeah, Elena Moore and Lynette. It's 20 degrees Fahrenheit where you're at. Oh my goodness, that's way too cold. I have... It's 57 degrees at the San Francisco coast, and it's nippy, but nothing like where you're at. This is not fog coming in off the ocean, or a bong for that matter. It's incense. It's eucalyptus incense. It smells really good. How does December look for you? Got you, Gina. You would be number 5. Yep. And there's Marbie's. There we go. Just a general? Okay, well, I'll just see what comes up for you, right? And we'll see how that goes. Hey, Tara. She's from New Zealand. How are you doing, New Zealand? I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much. I've had a pretty restful weekend. One of the things that I've been getting from my guides, not only for myself, but to share, is the message of self-care. And that is like... and that's why you're catching me posting stupid things like, yeah, there's my soup. But it's kind of holding me to it, of taking care of self. We're meant to do that because there's going to be a lot of people vying for our energy, our time, and emotions, and we just have to kind of fortify ourselves. And this time of year, there's a lot of stuff going around too. Okay, Mark LaRoche. And Rael, you'd be, let's see, 7, 8, and we got 9. Oh, Charlene Law, we got 10. All right, let's cap the readings, all right? So, Isadora, can you just type in, not taking any more questions, sorry, and I really will not take any more questions. I will do these 10, and then we'll see if after that I've got enough energy or not to do any more. But I've got 10, so I think I should start. Let me just make sure I've got my I've got my water, got my warm drink. I've got a different deck to use tonight too. I try to tell people, if you have a question for the live, make sure that you come and put it down quickly because, I have limited space. Thank you, Isadora. Appreciate that. And Zara says she had a great move. You did my reading about that. Oh my. I don't always remember. That's the thing is like, I know a lot of other readers will say this too, and it's really true. You are like the conduit, you know, and you don't always remember the flow for each person, although you might remember bits and pieces. So I'm really grateful when people come back and say this. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you are loving your new home. Lucky, lucky. That's, you know, your home is your castle. It is your everything. To me, as a Virgo, you know, I like my home. All right. So questions are now closed. You know, it's right out the gate. We've got people that have things they want to know. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start if I can talk. And I don't know what the name of this deck is. I got it, but it didn't come in a box that had the name on it. And I got it off Etsy. But it's beautiful. And I'll try and hunt down the name through my purchases of what it was. Because some people might really like it. It's a beautiful deck, and holding it to the camera here just doesn't do it justice. But I started breaking it in. Oh, darling, I don't know that I'll be able to take that. I'm full up now. Sorry. So this deck is getting broken in, and we have to see what it's gonna to do. When I was reading with it earlier, it really, you know, checking with my guides, making sure it's like, hey, you guys, I'm going to be doing this live. It'd be really great if you could help me out, making sure that I give the people that ask questions, you know, it's important to me that I share information with you that is something that at the very least you can put on your mental shelf and just see how things pan out and whether or not anything connects or not. Sometimes it won't, you know. I have my off days. I'm just a person. That's Buttercup in the background. She's been named. All right. So, let's get her going. What did I do with my water? There we go. And I have my kitty cat over here, Bear. She jumped up right before I started. Okay. So, we're going to go to the tippy top. So I'm going to have to ignore the chat for right now. I'm not trying to be ignorant and ignore you guys, so behave. But I'm going to be focused on giving the reading. So, Mother must look away. All right. So we have Vivian, and she has us on in the background on her Sunday evening, and I don't mind that a bit. I like to have things on in my background too sometimes if I've just got to close my eyes, you know, or if you got stuff to do. I like to do that a lot, especially when I cook. I get up a little bit more now, so that's fun. But I still got to watch it so I don't overdo. And that's something I'm prone to doing, you know. That's why I've got to learn, like, boundaries. No, don't overdo. Stop. Quality, you know, might be better if you just keep it specific. It's hard for me to do that. So, Vivian wants to know a message from her guides, what's important for her to know right now about moving in particular. I really appreciate a little context like that. It can make the guessing game of what these cards mean that I'm being shown, given that I, you know you folks only online. I don't know you deeply to know what's going on in your life, and so when you can give people a little bit of context, not the whole enchilada, you don't have to do that, but it's helpful. Okay, let's see what they have to share. Vivian, I also feel like maybe I'm going to use for you, maybe do I want to use like a New Orleans oracle deck? It's kind of jumping out at me. I'm going to set it over here, just in case it continues to. But I'll start off with the tarot. All right. I got to kind of dial in. So, Vivian's guides. What does she need to know about moving? What does she need to be aware of with regard to moving? Getting the Four of Cups. This is kind of feeling maybe a bit disconnected or numb even sometimes. And we have the Page of Swords. You know, this is also by looking around, this is really taking notice, looking. I think with the move, just it can feel maybe a bit overwhelming, and there might be a tendency to want to disconnect at times when you're looking for information regarding moving, maybe especially with the Page of Swords. But, you know, you can get through that. There's nothing, it's just like a cautionary thing. It's like you might feel like a little bit, sometimes we feel like a little bit out of sync or a little bit out, you know, not quite so. And here's some conflict going on with the Five of Wands. I don't know if there's conflicting ideas or if you have to bounce ideas off another person. Oops. Let's see here. But what I have, and Vivian said that, just to leave her message there, that she may not be responding in the thing, but we're getting conflict with people about this, and I don't know if people are going to have some opposition to either where you're looking at, you know, other people's opinions in some way could come into the picture with this, and it could make you feel with like very Four of Cups, kind of like not too thrilled, kind of indifferent even. But pulled back. Yeah, but this can get worked out. This is really good to see. Temperance. Always like to see me some temperance. So temperance is paired with that Five of Wands where there's the conflict. That's good because it means that it's not always going to be that way. This is something that can and will literally get the extremes in the situation where there might be conflict with other people or whatever it might be are going to get worked out. So that initial looking, or when you go to really look at details with leases, probably, I don't know, that kind of stuff, paperwork, especially with that Page of Swords, yeah, you know, the documents and stuff that we have to sign. There is just making sure that it's the right fit. And I think that with temperance, you will end up naturally doing that, which is really good. I'm glad to see that. So that looks good. So not to worry too much about this, even though there might be some irritation, opposition, or problematic conflictual matters that vie for your time and attention here. It might make you want to pull back with the Four of Cups in a numb fashion, but stick it out because you need to voice, I think, your whatever it is you're feeling, and speak up for yourself a bit too, so that everything is going to be better, you know, harmonious for this move and those it would affect. Let's see here. That's one thing with the imagery. When I initially pull it, I can't always see whether I've got the deck up or down. I've got the Chariot. So there's your move. That's really great to see. And let's see what it's paired with. The King of Wands. I'm getting a male energy. So maybe that's the male that energy that may have some contention with. I'm not sure. Yeah, questions are closed now. You have to get here early, folks. They go quick. So it looks really good, Vivian. Your move is going to go well. Initially, there's going to be some concern, but it gets worked out. The extremes get worked out, and I see the move, and there's a male around it. Now, I don't know if that's someone that's going to help you find a place. He could be someone like that, like a realtor even, or someone in your household. But yeah, it looks good. The move will go well at the end of the day. We have the Queen of Cups and the Hierophant. I feel like spiritually the energy there is going to resonate if you're sensitive with that Queen of Cups. And I get a feeling of order or comfort there with the Hierophant. Like there's a sense of order to it. It's not chaotic energy, perhaps. Maybe that's its way of saying it. But that's always good. No one wants chaotic energy. It's more settled and subdued, peaceful. It's kind of maybe a feeling that that I'm getting off of the Hierophant for the energy of the place. It's like it's spiritual energy. I feel like when I'm looking at this Queen of Cups, this is kind of how I read. When I'm looking at this Queen of Cups and I'm seeing her with the Hierophant, I'm feeling like she's sensing this spirit's energy there. Like she's sensing this kind of energy in her environment there. Others may not be able to see what she's doing, but that her senses are picking up. So that's what I get. All right. Well, let me get some water. I'm still getting over the flu. My taste buds are coming back. It wasn't COVID. I didn't have a temperature. It's just a pretty nasty little norovirus, probably of some kind. All right, let's go to question number 2. Ash, your question's next. Okay, I think I am doing this in order. It will be a rare night if I can get through all the questions properly without skipping somebody or having something. So let's, or my reception with the internet crapping out. So let's hope that that's okay. Oof. I'm curious about it. All right, let's clear this deck. This deck really I like the way it picks up it tunes me into more the subtle energies too with the colors for some reason and the black background. It's weird how colors affect us, when we go to read. I highly recommend trying that out. And if you have a friend that has too many decks, borrow one and that's really different and see what you get. Okay. Ash, your question. Will you be moving again soon? So is moving again on Ash's radar? I just subscribed to your channel, Ash. I like your Lady Gaga videos. Thanks for being a great mod here, too. And Isadora, very lucky. Okay, let's see what we have for you. A move on the horizon. I should get some of those hard candies. That would be like with honey in them. The Magician. Okay. This is taking action, and it's communication and manifesting. Let's see what's going to be connected to it. And you get the 8 of Wands. So I'm going to say this feels like a yes. And I think it's your initiative, perhaps. I really like that. Look at that. Like, yeah, you're going to go create your own garden. And you get very active here and hyper focused, you know? It picks up, it heats up with the Eight of Wands. These are the fire flowers here, the staff. Hi, Dara, and thank you for joining. Those that are you listening, I'm sorry the questions are all taken up. You do have to get here pretty quick, but I feel like I give my best readings if I keep them to a certain limit, and that's what I'm trying to do here. So this looks good, Ash. It looks like, yes, you'll be moving again soon, and like I said, I feel like it's kind of a creative funny bone that's going to get tickled, so to speak, in a good way. I think it's something that you could get a little excited about if you, something to kind of focus, pour your that creative energy that I know you have a lot of creative energy, and that's why you get these cards. So I'm going to say yes, and I get the High Priestess. Now there's some things that have not unfolded yet with the High Priestess. Isn't she beautiful? Gosh. Sorry about the little glare there. And you're getting the Ten of Wands. So some hidden stress, some hidden factors with the moving will create stress. But if you know that, that's half of it ahead of time. And not to overdo or to allow it to manipulate you emotionally. You know you're no good if you allow it to pull you out of sorts with that Ten of Wands. It's pretty stressful. It's a test, it's a challenge, it's part of being grown up. But in the future, yeah, it maybe looks a little further out as well with that Three of Wands. It looks like you will be looking further out from where you're presently looking, and you get the Knight of Pentacles. I think it's a solid place. I don't know if it'll have a bit of greenery or something around it with this Knight of Earth. Pardon the wound vac, Buttercup. But it looks like you will have a place. I feel like it has a lot of creative, fertile, earthy energy. So, but I think there's going to be a lot of stress that comes up to do it. And that's just kind of part of what you go through. But just realize you're going through it. Okay. We do have the Ten of Swords. It's about release. And this is about releasing a lot of pent up, anxious, critical, hard energy mentally. Okay? And I think your energy could be here with this Queen of Cups, because I know you're very empathetic and sensitive. So this move is not all fun and games and easy for you, but know that you are at the end cycle of releasing very heavy energy, and you are shifting it creatively lighter, because you get two tens. You get that Ten of Wands, which is very stressful, and I know that you have some situations there that you're going through, but it is worth the effort. It is worth the stress. It's also because we probably, if you're going to do it real soon, it's Mercury retrograde, so things can pop up. But again, I see further out with this Six of Swords, and things will calm down. The stress will calm down. You go into calmer water with the Knight of Swords. And then things start to pick up and move more quickly with this Knight of Swords as well for you. So I feel like you're going to get in the flow of the place. There's something maybe about the place, or once you get there and you kind of settle. Yeah. But there's some hard emotions that you'll be releasing, and just allow yourself that. Give yourself TLC. And I think the move will be good for you. As difficult as it initially may be to go from A to B, wherever you end up choosing, it looks further out. You've thought about Pennsylvania, New Jersey, or somewhere in New York. Yeah. So look at cost, all of that. You know what to do. The homework. Or like Urte's work. Yes. Very Klemty. Yes. I just wish I could get, you know, give you guys the view of that without the. Does have a gloss. So it looks good. It looks good. And I'd just say wherever you're at right now, I would say you're going to be a little further away from than you might think. You know, it could be another city. It could even be another state. Especially with that kind of view of, sorry, I've got like eyelash, into the future. It just makes me feel like maybe there's a little more distance with the spot that you'll end up. I don't know. I don't know the name of this deck. I'm going to have to look in my Etsy purchase because the box it came in, it didn't come in a box. I'm sorry. It came in just in a shrink wrap in a silk like little bag. But I'll find it. It was on sale. You know, the Black Friday stuff and all that over on Etsy. So I will get the name of the deck. It's really beautiful though. It's one of those great decks that to use with you or like just using this to like meditate. It's very calming. The colors are just lush. Anyway. So yes, Ash, you will be moving and I think pretty soon. Further out, I think. And like I said with the stress, just be prepared that you're going to be that you need to release that. Do positive things to release it. You know, do things also that you enjoy, even small, simple things. You know, comfort food and your favorite TV show or movie or something to offset the stress. Okay, we have Lynette's question is next. And we are on question number 1, 2, 3. Okay, out of 10. All right. So Lynette, here we go. General reading on 2025 for you. All right, I think I want to use another deck as well. Maybe this one. The Heart's Eye Oracle. This is another one that I really like using, and I haven't used it in a while. It's beautiful imagery, in my opinion. Beautiful art. These are like meditative cards. That's why I never understand why people get the oomph about anyone listening to it. It's like, look, we give people the information. You all take it, you consider it, you know it's a card reading. It may or may not pan out, but it's food for thought. And you put it on your mental shelf. But there are people that are just bound and determined that you shouldn't listen to card readers of any kind. And I just think, you little fascists. Who are you to tell people that? All right, getting off my soapbox. Let's take a look at Lynette's. Our writer here is Lynette. I want to read your stuff. I really do, Lynette. I'm curious. I'm nosy. What you've written. That would be really cool. That's not. The finish on this deck is kind of matte, but it kind of is slippery in a way. I need to kind of make sure it grabs to make sure that the cards shuffle properly. Weird, but interesting. So this one's called the Heart's Eye Oracle, and we're looking at Lynette Sparkles 2025. I love that name. 2025. And I've got the beautiful little booklet that accompanies it. Get that out. Little pamphlet. Glossy. Soft bound. All right, let's see what we get for 2025. Balance. I like that. I've been getting this a lot, whether it's temperance, the Two of Swords, other various imagery about balance. Oh, also justice, because the scales. Donald's been getting the scales a lot, also with the Tower and the Death card. But enough about him. Balance is 2025. This is no extreme. This is finding that Buddhist middle way, not one extreme or the other, not highly reactive or responsive, but balanced. That's the one thing I love reading about the Buddhists. They have really great tools mentally to use on your path to help you get distance and objectivity. We have things we need to balance, and we have truth. Boy, these are the two things that really I think are going to be for most of us, actually, for the year 2025, from what I've been getting. Bringing extremes to balance. Facing extremes, that's how you have to, it's unfortunately the only way to bring them to balance. Going through hell, you keep going, that kind of thing. And this is that we got to live our truth and speak the truth, even if we shake a little bit when we do. We have to speak our truth, even if it scares us, because you don't want to go quiet and allow people to do what they're trying to do. So we have balance and truth for you for 2025. Look at that beautiful artwork, girl. And this is good because it doesn't have that gloss and it's not reflecting back, so you can more closely examine the cards. And it's important too, because all those little images, that's why I say if I read for you, listen to it a few times and look at the cards yourself and take note, write it down. So let's just take a looky-loo at what they say for balance and truth. Here we have truth. Okay, let me find balance. I wish she would have numbered him, though. Okay, yeah, so does my wound vac. Where's balance? That's what I'm looking for in my own life. Balance. Myself. I have to balance all the mess in this house and clutter. All right. Strength redress. These are beautiful. Boy, have I forgotten these. Sorry, guys. Looking for the balance. But it's a wonderful, wonderful deck. Healing, trust, worry, grief, thankful. Well, let's go with truth anyway, and I'll find balance. The key words are disclosure, answers, integrity. Make sure I kind of keep that up. Hiding or seeking truths can be exhausting and draining. The truth will always be revealed sooner or later. And sometimes the sooner the better. It's also important to stay true to yourself and live the life you need to lead. Are you currently seeking the truth in a situation? Ask yourself this. Knowing it will now add joy to your life. Now ask yourself this. Will knowing it now add joy to your life? Or are you keeping a truth hidden? And is that the right thing to do in the long run? Okay. Are you hiding your true feelings about something? And how is that, what's that doing for you? Is it harming you? This card shows a fairy that looks as though all is well. However, she is looking, the looking glass over one side of her face shows her true energy and feelings. Okay, so this thing right here, it looks like a bubble. It's a magnifying glass, and she's holding it, and she's looking at things more closely. What's the truth? Getting to the truth of things. So I see you bringing truth into your life. And I think getting rid of what is not balance bringing. Getting very real. That's really good. But let me just see too if I can find their balance. I think I just must have missed it. And yeah, they should they should number these. Be a little easier. Where is that? So balance looks like it has some kind of a lady. Yeah, another little fairy, and she has the scales, like justice, above her. She's a fairy. She's a fae. She has roses in the eye. Balance. So looking at truth and bringing balance. Why can't I? There it is, right here. Okay. Now let me hold up the card for you. I love this deck. I hope you guys like it. The words, keywords are stability, neutrality, and impartiality. It is important to have balance in our lives, but only too easy to look at things one-sidedly and favor one side over the other. But balance allows us to look from the outside in. And that kind of goes with that truth card too, with the magnifying glass. Just thinking. View things with a balanced mind and try to understand both sides in a fair and neutral way. Lessons can sometimes come to us via opposing views. It's true. So it's good to try to understand and ask yourself, what is there to learn in a situation that requires balance? Adorned with a balancing headdress, this fairy stays neutral even in the toughest of decisions. She looks at both sides before tipping her head in favor of a specific side. So you side with the truth. You have integrity. All right. And this was, again, the Heart's Eye Oracle. All right. You also get protection. Just going to pull these real quick. And rest. So I think know your boundaries, Know your boundaries. Take care of yourself. This has been a big message for everybody, myself included, and I'm repeating it again, but have the soup, take the nap, have the warm bath or shower, do those little things, eat some inexpensive but healthy, nutritious food, These things are important because there's a lot that's going to be pulling on our energy, especially emotionally, that's going to be trying to manipulate us from what I can see. And that's really difficult. Let's see here just real quick, and then I'll get to the next one. I like to pull 4 cards. 2 seems a little short. All right, let's see. Rest and protection. Again, this is a beautiful deck. It's amazing. It doesn't do it justice when I try and show you. Let's see. Strength, power, reflection, forgive, tranquility, let go. But this bit of having to try to dig and fight. There it is, protection. The first ones. Here we are. We have another fairy. I like fairies. I guess I'm a child. There she is. Keywords are sanctuary, safety, and defense. Isn't it beautiful? I think colors are so important too. Just the whole vibe. Safety, sanctuary, and defense. It's important to protect yourself and your energy from negativity, just like what I was saying about boundaries. Keep yourself safe and protected in all the ways you can. Remember to set boundaries where needed. Sometimes it can be hard to protect ourselves, especially with everything that goes on in the world. Especially with everything that's going on in this world. So protect your mind, Protect your energy by being aware of what you are mentally consuming and absorbing. And this isn't just for Lynette, this is for us all. There's always a bit of a message for everyone that watches this, whatever we end up catching. There's a message there. So just listen, put it on the mental shelf. Be conscious of subtle things that could be impacting your way of life or your happiness, and try to filter them out if needed. This card shows a fairy protected by a rainbow field of energy. This is her safe place. That's you. And rest. You know, your home is your sanctuary. Look at this. What's going on here? What is this? Oh, she's laying down sideways, and her hair is all flowing like a dream. It's trippy, but it's beautiful. Let's see what it says. Rest. I like this deck. I'm going to use it more often for you guys. Oh, she's on the next page. And look at the beautiful card here. It's such a treat. Do your cards as well. That's self-care. Pull a couple cards. Sometimes, let's do the keywords. Recuperation, restoration. These are our words for, and Lynette's for 2025. Restoration and refreshment. TLC. Oh, look, the sun has little eyelashes. That's so cute. I'm sorry. A bit twee, I suppose I am. Anyway, sometimes we all just need a rest. What did I tell you about the naps, people? The daily hustle and bustle of life can be enough to make anyone tired. Have you been taking time truly to rest and recuperate? Give yourself the time you need, even just for a day, and relax. Have that, what was I saying? Relaxing bubble bath you've been putting off. Even a warm shower if you don't have a tub and you have like a little apartment. Snuggle on the chair with that soft blanket and doze off. Oh, whoops. It's time to relax. I was getting so relaxed. This card shows a fairy with tree-like hair. Here she is. Tree-like hair lying on a bed of flowers on a colored field. She rests peacefully as the sun restores her energy. You know, sometimes I just park my wheelchair in the sunlight as well, and I just close my eyes and I just sit there like a cat. So, rest and protection, truth and balance. This is a lot. Lay off the pasta. I don't know. You know, the pasta might be the TLC you need that one day. Just don't eat it the rest of the week. Love pasta. I can... no. You'll have to pry that out of my cold, dead hands. No. I don't eat it often. I eat it often enough. My husband's half Italian, but I love it. It's seriously one of my faves. Okay, let's go to the next person. Let me get some water. And thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Boy, this thing picks up everything. This mic. Wasn't that expensive. You don't need, if you go to set up a channel, you don't need real expensive equipment. You just need decent stuff. And you don't have to spend a lot. Okay, Musicman, you're next. You're next. All right, pasta and potatoes. Oh, stop. That's my language. He's half Irish, last name Murphy. So his dad was from Ireland, from west of Ireland, and his mom, God rest her soul, love her dearly, she was from Naples, Napoli. And oh my God, she could cook. All right, sorry about the food. I love food. Will I be able to retire next year? Let's take a look, Musicman. I'm going to switch over for you for a different deck with that question, but I'm going to pull probably one of these for you too and see what we get. I think the regular tarot would give me kind of that yes-no angle, so I think I can use our nighttime for our nighttime reading here. on your question. Because it looks like a nighttime tarot deck. Oh, but it's a bit stiff. I can't quite, with my little paws, I can't quite snap it the way I usually do. Got it to hurt my little paws, but I did it. I'm pretty petite. I'm much like fairy size. Maybe that's why it appeals to me. It's so funny because my great-grandma was 6 foot. It clearly did not get passed on to me. I when I could walk, I was 5'2". So now I'm even shorter in the wheelchair. We won't talk about how short that is. It's like a child again. Yeah. Oh well. Okay, let's see. Musicman, will you be able to retire next year? Let's dial in. Especially before people start raising the retirement rate, right? We don't want that to happen. My husband's looking at retiring in a few years himself. So let's see the retirement angle for you. Yes, no. Asking spirit guides, can I have a yes, no as clear as possible? Would it be a good thing for, and does it look like it's going to go through, manifest, Musicman retiring next year? Does retirement look like it's going to happen for Musicman in 2025? Let's see what we get. I think we shuffled really good. Ah, well, we get the Hierophant, so there's looking like you're going to take some kind of advice from someone. This is paying attention to someone that is more learned than yourself, and they have wisdom that they can impart to you. So it looks like you might get counsel with regard to retiring next year, and it is paired with the Sun. But I think, yes, this is my yes card that I was hoping that I would either get like the Moon for no or the Sun for yes, and these two paired nicely give me the clear answer of a yes for you. I feel very confident to say that, but I do see you getting advice or counsel, and I think that's wise, making sure that you know what your retirement setup is going to be now, changes and everything, and looking at budgets and all of that. So getting professional advice is a good idea, and I say yes. Musicman. I get that for you, and I get beware of temptation with the devil and the 7 of Pentacles. So glad I flipped those other two. So the devil comes in to challenge us, to get us by the short and curlies of fear, And this is about, you need to be patient as well. Don't be knee-jerk. Don't let the devil test you and get you to respond out of fear or out of insecurity. The bad habit, And just apply patience. Consistent, everyday effort. It's going to work out. Yep. We have got that. It will work out. Let's see. And you get the Hierophant again. I was thinking, am I losing my cotton sorting mind here? I'm from Missouri originally, You can take me out of Missouri, but there's a little bit still left. You get the Hierophant again. So again, I feel like you're getting a double message of counsel, of probably taxes and all of that kind of stuff, and benefits, any kind of benefits, because there could be some chaos around it that you'll have to be patient with. That's another possibility with that devil card. All right? I hope the reception isn't terrible. How is this looking? Not the greatest. A little sticky. All right. Sorry about that. But I see yes. But you need to have counsel with the details. Must do that. You got it twice. And I think some cards, rather some decks, have more than one court card, you know? Sometimes they come like that, and this one did. So you got the double message of get counsel regarding that. Good. Thank you, Isadora. I don't want to look like I filmed with this with a potato, like last time, because we still got that stupid Merc retrograde going till I think December 15. Is that correct? I think that's it. That would be like a day after my brother's birthday. I'm going to get that St. Anthony candle going over there. It's a LED light, so no fire danger. Okay, Gina, you're next. And may I recommend this Waikia water? It's very good, has natural electrolytes. All right. Let me shuffle this baby up a bit. And as I dial in, so to speak, I like to kind of like picture your guides and just kind of pop up in this other space outside of time. I know, that sounds crazy, but this world's crazy, so why not? All right. Ooh, let me just pop the thing back over to the left. Yes, Musician Man. It was very clear you got the sun, but it does warn you with that Devil card against chaos and temptation that wants to get you to respond out of insecurity or fear. You know, sometimes people might appeal to get you to sign something or do something. You know, maybe they get a kickback or a favor, you know, just watch it, you know. If your spidey senses tingle, pay attention. But I see that you've got it with the sun. Alrighty. Devil never lets us go without a test. Let's get these nice, and let's see how December. Okay, I'm picturing Christmas trees and snow in some places. And my wound vac, Buttercup. Maybe I'll put a little bow on her for Christmas. Show you two, you guys. They're pretty cool looking. Anyway, enough about me. And Buttercup. She's a filly. All right, Gina's place, December 2024, right? So I picture 2024, December on the calendar. And Christmas. And New Year's. What does Gina's December look like? What's the message? Probably going to use a few decks on this, Gina. Let's see what the tarot is going to say. You get the Page of Swords. Well, this is this can be a very watchful card, where you are looking at paperwork, details, written stuff. What else? Two of Cups. So, I don't know, there could be a relationship, a friendship, and watching where that is going. Perhaps there is an awareness and a focused awareness with the mental card of the Page of Swords. I like this. It's so pretty. I think like there's clarity where a friendship, especially perhaps one that looks really close, is concerned. Maybe you get closer in December with a friend. You get the sun. That's really nice. I like that card. I really like it against the black background. I just wish it didn't have the gloss. I'm going to make note of that with any more decks that I buy. Look for those that without the gloss so it doesn't reflect so much. And you get this Six of Wands. Well, this is victoriousness over challenges, over things that you take on, over the battle. So it looks really good. There is recognition, especially with this card. You get attention. The spotlight is literally on you. Both of these cards do speak of the eyes of others being on you, or a spotlight, with the Sun and the Six of Wands, because it's like usually there's a parade around this victorious warrior. That's you. So it looks like some things are going to work out for you, and it looks like we have a focus on clarity within relationships, a close friendship, overcoming challenges successfully, handling things. You have the Nine of Pentacles. That's really good. And you have, well, also the Five of Pentacles. So the one thing I would caution against is watching your well-being, your health, and money, because we do go from independent comfort to a card that does show a deficit. So financially or health-wise, there could be a knockback. There could be a setback. And it can get worked out, but you have to use foresight if you can, and awareness with finances and your health. These are both earth cards, and they pertain to our money, our body, and our environment, our work as well. So with that, you get the Ace of Cups, a lot of emotion, maybe especially when we're dealing with the Two of Cups too, and the World. Things will work out. There is a completion that is successful. I get that twice now for you. And I don't know if you're going to move or something, Gina, but if you end up moving somewhere, that would make a lot of sense. But if not, it just looks to me like there's your health and the finances need to be watched, because they could slip and go into deficit, where you're, having a harder time. But I do see things, I think, working out with the World and the Ace of Cups. There's a great deal of satisfaction emotionally and through relationships and people that I think you have involved with you that are up front with that Ace. No, not the Ace, the Ace of Cups. And where was the Swords? The Page of Swords. It's like you know where you stand with these people, okay? Or this person, whoever this is in December, Gina. And we do get the Four of Wands. This deals with the home, usually your domestic arrangement or locality. That's my tummy, sorry. Yeah, and I think moving, I don't know, what is this? There is the Chariot. I get movement and success. I could only say that if you're going to move, it's going to work out. There are some snags there with finances and health. Watch out for that. And you know what? If you're moving or traveling or active, just having an active February, maybe driving a lot, just make sure you're taking your zinc. Really, all of us. Zinc is, you can get it in gummies and stuff like that, but make sure you got zinc especially for these stupid flus and COVID still kicking around on people. And it's a nasty little thing. It looks good though. Oh, I'm gonna see. I wanna just curious. I want to use this New Orleans Oracle deck too for you. Ah, you're back, Vivian. I can't remember what I got for you, but it's good. Oh, this one's neat, you guys. Here's the little matte, soft info book that comes with it. Here's the back. And here's one of the oracle cards, what is that? Growth. And there's numbers. Yay, that'll help me. Okay, let me set this one aside. I can't believe Bear's still next to me. Okay. She's holding it down for us. This is a beautiful deck. Look at that. Power. Ooh, she's got a snake around her neck. So this is a New Orleans deck. How does December look for Gina? Using the New Orleans deck. Oracle. Sorry, James, we finished taking questions early on. You have to get here really early. So I really advise everyone that if you do have a question that you want read at one of my weekend lives, Saturday or Sunday, you've got to hit that notification bell and write it in all caps and get it up, because it's like first come, first serve. It goes pretty quickly. All right, December, Gina. Let's give this New Orleans Oracle a shuffle, a cut and a shuffle. It is gorgeous, this one. Ooh, pretty. And all of it will be New Orleans themed. Alrighty, let's see what we get. December for Gina. All right. Oh my God. You know how you got the Ace of Cups? Well, it's kind of like you're getting it here too. Look at this. This is really double accented for you. This is why I like to use another deck in combination, because when we get this repeating pattern, I think it's important. Okay. It's abundance. Okay, you get the card of abundance. You had that earlier, and you're getting the card of intuition. So use your intuition. Pay attention to that gut feeling, your spidey senses. And maybe there's going to be an abundance of intuition in December. Maybe it feels like your third eye is opening up, or your psychic ability. You have duality. Look at this. This is interesting. So you know how we had the cards of the independent wealth that was really great with the 9 of Pentacles, and then we had the not so great with the 5, which was decline and not the higher, independent card. Well, this kind of is that similar energy too. We have duality playing its hand. And I'll see what that one says. And we get signs. So spiritual signs. There's something big on spiritual sensitivity and picking up on things. Definitely. Especially also with the other one with the 2 of Cups. Again, that's a cup and it's sensitivity. You're tuning into other people. So let's look at duality, what it says about that, and signs. The other two, abundance and intuition, I think we've got pretty much nailed down. Let's see. 31. This will make it faster. And signs right there. All right, let me just get that one. Yeah, amazing when they put numbers, how much more quick this goes. Oop. There we go, duality. And I will try and hold that card up for you guys. You can see duality. It's always good to know oneself and understand where your boundaries begin and end. However, just as life is fluid and ever-changing, we too must be open to the flow, with winds of change as needed. You have picked this card because you have experienced an inner conflict over your present, over how you present yourself to the world. I don't know about that, but you have many different sides, okay, including some you may not even have explored yet. You are being supported at this time to be present in each moment without worry of always being viewed in a certain way. Finally, allowing your exterior to reflect your interior will lead to acceptance and healing for both yourself and those around you. Oh, that's really good. And here's signs, okay? Signs, synchronicities are a sign of being on the right path. You know, when we get the double numbers and all of that. Everything from, it's just saying that, repetitive number patterns to animal messengers and found items such as feathers or coins. They can be signs that your guides or your angels are helping you along your path. If this card has shown up for you, then your angels or your guides have been trying to get your attention and point you in the right direction. If you need help with clarification with the message, simply ask for more assistance from the universe and pay attention to the kinds of signs you get around you. That's really interesting. So let your inside reflect on your outside, shine your light, and your intuition especially is really heightened for December for you, Gina. And just be aware, too, of your sensitivities. Don't let people wear you out, especially if you're more open, all right? So that's why I like to use two different decks, because I can get kind of more information for you guys. It does require more patience, though. Okay, next one, Marbie, Gongora. All righty. Let's see what we get. May I have a general reading, please and thank you. Yes. Let's try another one. Let's try a different deck as well. Now this one's I'll try this one, the Southern Botanic Oracle. And it's not botanical, it's Botanic Oracle. Kind of awkward, but there you are. And we'll try this one out. This is a nice one. I've used it in the past, but it's been a while. It too has a nice little booklet inside. Does it have pictures? No, just text. All right. But beautiful imagery, like this rose. Okay. So let's take a look at Marbie. And we're going to do a tarot for you as well, very quickly. All right. Thank you for those of you that are sticking around. PayPal link should be in the description box, I think. If not, it's on the main part of my channel, by my profile picture, I think. Up around there. Oh. Turn this. All right, let's get these things shuffled. Marbie, a general reading. All right, guides. Show Marbie what they need to know right now in their lives. What there might be something that they're not aware of, or if they need confirmation, whatever it may be. Just come through. Use these cards to share what you want to get across to Marbie. All right, let's see what we get. All right, Marbie. We get the oak, which is about strength and stamina. And it says hero and icon. And it gives its name Quercus, I guess that maybe its Latin name. So you're getting the oak tree. I always love oaks. Latvians love oaks. I'm glad that makes sense, Gina. You're so welcome. And you get Joe Pye Weed. Joe Pye Weed and oak. Perceptiveness and vision, along with hero and icon. So that's a little more abstract. So let's just take a look at the meaning of these plants that are being used to get a message across. You just never know. This is what's so interesting about doing this. So, oh, good. 40 and 16. This will make it faster. Okay, there's Joe Pye Weed. Let's go to 40. There we go. Oak. All right, Marbie. Here is oak. Another good look at that oak. All right. I have to set that down because I can't hold that. There. All right, now let me try. Okay, so there are a few things on this earth that convey the concept of strength and potency better than the mighty oak. Revered by Druids, the oak was distinguished as one of the 3 types of sacred trees. I'd studied this, so that's true. Oak trees are mentioned repeatedly in the Bible, often as symbols of solidarity and strength. Or solidity, sorry. Large iconic trees like this represent our connection between the spiritual realms and the material realm. Interestingly, oaks do not have deep roots compared to their very large limbs. Despite their grandeur, they are absolutely vulnerable to toppling over, especially when the weather gets nasty. They can even be taken down by the humblest of enemies like the carpenter ant. So, what does this teach us about the nature of strength? You may be a pillar in the community, but you are not infallible. If you draw the oak, ask yourself if you are truly as strong and rooted as you ought to be as a leader. Remember that you are actually quite mortal. Spread your branches high and wide, but do not lose that connection with your roots. So it's also about balance coming in here. And you get Joe Pye Weed, so perceptiveness and vision. To me, that makes sense with the oak, to be aware of your limitations and your strengths. Boy, that's a lesson for me. I might as well be talking to myself. Not to overdo. Let's look at Joe Pye Weed now. 16. Very pretty color, purpley type of flower. And this is also known as gravel root and queen of the meadow. This herb is used in hoodoo practice for psychic visions and in order to gain power, the control of one's personal situations, power over, control over one's personal situations. Its leaves can be brewed into a bath tea for ritual bathing. Or its root can be chewed and spat out as part of a magic spell. Well, I don't know about doing that either. The root is thick and woody, purplish on the outside. I'd say don't go chewing on stuff. You don't know what could happen to you. All right, Joe Pye Weed has beautiful scent. Try gently scraping the stem with your fingernail to release it. Its fuzzy, serrated leaves are arranged in whorls with flowers and clusters of 5 to 7. Also, make note of that number. Flowers appear late summer, persist through fall, and when they die, they reveal seed heads that persist through winter. So this is a very hardy plant. And if you are feeling powerless, remember, courage isn't action in absence of fear. Courage is action in spite of fear. Do not allow anxiousness to consume or even paralyze you. Practice meditation to enhance perception when negative thoughts creep in. Recognize them as thoughts and release them. Okay? Focus on your vision. So be aware of your boundaries, honor them so that you're in good standing with your stamina, because you're strong and you have great things that you can do, Marbie, but you don't want to overdo it and get yourself in a health mess or something. And you have a psychic opening up energy wise happening at this time now, too. And maybe that's also why they're saying be careful, because, when that opens up, we can wear ourselves out. Make sure that you're getting rest. That's part of your reading. Collard greens, those are good. Wealth and security, I like that for you. That's a very strong, healthy card. I love collard greens. Yeah, that's just the Latin name down there in the bottom. Isn't that beautiful? It's really beautiful artwork. And you get crepe myrtle, which deals with life and death. That's interesting. So you got wealth and security, life and death. All right. Let's see what the collard greens number 26 and 21 for you. And then I'm just going to use a regular tarot too for you. So we give you kind of more rounded information. And if I was you all, I play any reading more than once that someone gives me. Okay, so 26, what am I doing? Oh. Thank you guys for being patient, because I like to take my time. Oh, that's my phone. Darn, that's loud. Collard greens, so I'm going to read about that. All right, the collard greens are a superfood, rich in vitamins and minerals and antioxidants. Cooked greens have been a staple in African American cuisine since the earliest days of slavery in North America, and there are various theories as to why. Some food historians point to the prevalence of cooked greens in African cuisine. Southern bitter greens, such as collards and turnip greens, would have been not only familiar but welcome, and it would be. Others say that because workers often had to make do with the castaway food, they would eat greens snipped off the turnips and cooked for the household. I do that myself too. It's really good for you. Whatever the reason, collard greens have long been a delicious, nutritious staple at a southern table, often simmered with ham hock. Yeah, but that's not as good for you. You can make it without that if you're vegan as well. Or the fat back of bacon for the flavor. That is good though. Health is wealth, as they say, so consider this card an auspicious sign of prosperity and well-being ahead, all right? Leafy greens, I think that's also a hint, Marbie. That might be something to get into your diet if you can. And feel the warmth in your belly from knowing that you're secure and well-fed. So it's about comfort food that's healthy for you. And this is taking care of your health, which makes sense because you got that with the oak saying you're strong, but don't overdo it. Make sure you're taking your zinc and eating your veggies, and we'll put it at that. That looks like that's a good way to keep secure. And then you have life death. So let's take a look at the crepe myrtle. But you've also got the psychic vision going on. So it could be some mediumistic energy, Marbie. Don't be surprised. Let's take a look at crepe myrtle. Crepe myrtle, also spelled crepe or crepe, C-R-A-P-E, crepe myrtle, is so called because its crinkly flowers resembled festive little wads of crepe paper. It is a hardy tree with a distinctive look and mainstay of a great many southern yards and roadways. The trees are easy to identify because of their multiple trunks. You can kind of see that there. And coming from a single base, the flowers are actually hermaphroditic, meaning they have both the male and the female reproductive organs. In this way, the tree embodies a perfect mix of the male and female traits, especially when you consider its ruffly petals juxtaposed to the sturdy, leathery trunks. This is a tree of great opposites, one that teaches about power of rebirth and healing. This is your message, man. The branches are so vigorous that they multiply and regrow every spring. So no matter how aggressively gardeners prune them down, these trees look barren every winter, yet springtime, when the sun returns, new branches vigorously push through, and joyous confetti of fluffy flowers follow soon after. Allow this card to inspire you to re-emerge after the worst of ordeals. So, I really get a caution on health. I think you're going to be fine, but it would be even better if you're more aware and you can catch yourself before you deplete yourself, okay? Because you don't want to end up wearing yourself out or just, getting run down. Now let's take a look. That's a warning, so you make sure you're taking your vitamins. Now let's take a look with the regular tarot cards and see what we get for you, okay? I'm going to use this deck. This is the Light Beings, I think it is, deck. It's another one of my favorite basic tarot decks. I was using it for myself earlier today, so I'm just going to shuffle it out for you, Marbie. And I appreciate everyone being patient, knowing that I'm going to try to give you guys what I can as far as a good reading. That's why I'm just going to keep to taking 10 only from now on, because I want to give you guys good readings, and I don't want to overdo. All right, so far so good. What does Marbie need to know? General reading guides. What is your message through the tarot for Marbie? We'll pull 4 cards. So, guides. 4 cards for Marbie that they need to know, what they need to know about, be aware of. Ooh, okay. I'm getting walking away, a card of walking away with the 8 of Wands. Sometimes we have to walk away from things that have played out, or sometimes even before things play out. If you need to walk away, it looks like that could be coming in the future and maybe moving towards something new. Maybe actually travel or movement of some kind. Look, we do have the globe, and we have the old Volkswagen bus. And this person is kind of thinking about where they're daydreaming almost, where they want to go, looking like they want to start a plan, set something in motion. So I feel like you might feel like making a change up. And if you do travel, you would want to definitely watch out for health, especially if you travel during this time. Up to about December 15th, there can be hang-ups with travel. With Mercury retrograde. That's another thing. We have the 3 of Pentacles for you. This is working with groups of people. This can be at work, and even if you're doing other activities that involve groups of people, this is highlighted. Working with others. And we get the Queen of Pentacles. This is that very nurturing card, again, of abundance, but make sure other people are pulling their weight. It's good, but again, I feel like that caution of the oak. Yeah, the 10 of Wands. Yeah, this is when people can pile on their projected nonsense and load you up with baggage. And you're like, you're going to need to set it down and let go of it. And the 7 of Wands. But you'll make it. You have the strength and the ability to overcome any challenges coming your way, especially with the health, all right? Again, be careful with the Fool. Don't go blindly. And there's a new cycle coming in with the Star. And there could be some difficulties, but you have the Star, and there is hope. So even if you do incur some kind of health issues, you're going to be okay. You're going to heal, but just be careful, all right? That's what I get for you, Marbie. And I will go to the next person, Mark, and then Raquel. Okay, Mark LaRoche. Are you still awake, Mark? I was curious about abundance. I was curious to abundance, I have been told. Oh, okay. Was on its way. Okay, looking forward to retirement. Are you Musicman? All right, let's take a look. Let me check the live. Let me just pop that over. Okay. So, abundance that is on the way. Is there abundance coming into Mark's horizon, onto his timeline? And retirement. Are you Musicman, Mark? If that's a yes, then we already know the answer. Oh, okay. Cool beans. All right, good. I was going to say, oh, I didn't want to have to repeat. That would throw my whole system off. Yeah, Charlene, she's coming after, let me just see. Oh, there's a few more. And Elena and Charlene will come after Raquel. I just didn't roll completely the scroll, so we got a few more. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at abundance on your horizon, because you've been told that it's on its way. Let's see if we can pick up on it or not. And looking at your retirement, anything that, let's say, what the guides want to let us know about it. So we're going to use this deck, which is, again, the Light Being deck. If you're curious, I do remember this one's name. I think I just saw an orb. And I'm not usually an orb seer. You're welcome, Marbie. You've got good stuff. But it looks like they really want to warn you against overdoing it and doing too much for other people or carrying their stress. Don't do that. Make sure that your boundaries are really clear. And don't wear yourself out. Sometimes we don't know until we're halfway there and we're going, oh, I'm in the middle of the night and I'm starting to feel sick. Oh, no. That's kind of like what this stupid virus did. All right, let's see what we get. Mark. And retirement and abundance. What's on board? What do they want to show about that? Is the abundance on Mark's horizon? What do we get? We get the Hanged Man. So this would be you taking action, using the various tools of know-how to handle this retirement issue, and I think manifesting the abundance. But I read in pairs, so we get the Seven of Pentacles. This is calling for patience. It is building. It is being built up, and it requires, just like a root vegetable in my mind, it requires that time under the soil to get nice and full and like a hardy. So you have to be patient and tend to finances carefully, but with patience and care. And you can manifest that abundance. All right. We do get the Knight of Cups. There is some kind of offer, perhaps, that you will receive or will be involved in considering. This would usually be someone that's coming to you, though, with an offer. And we get the World. So I would say, yeah, that kind of has that retirement. That's the final card. That's the completion card. And retirement is your completion. So I'm going to say yes. And that abundance looks like it's going to come, but you need to be patient and nurse it and tend to it carefully. Just like you would a plant. You don't overwater, you don't underwater. Does it have enough light? Am I handling my finances responsibly, putting it in what is going to build for me? Okay? We do have anxiety here with the Nine of Swords. But don't trip out. Sometimes it can be insomnia issues. And we have the Knight of Swords, things moving very quickly. So, or news coming in very quickly too, that could cause anxiety. The caution here is against allowing it to manipulate you into this place of, I can't sleep now, thanks a lot. Now I'm anxious, you know, when you, this, whatever this news might be that is going to come, and it would be very quick with that Knight of Swords. Let's see what we get with that. The Ten of Pentacles. Ah, it's the money, it's the abundance. Don't get caught up about that. It's going to work out. Temperance. It's going to be fine. And it will get, you know, pay attention, be careful with it, and be patient. And you will be able to manifest that Ten of Pentacles, that abundance, with balance, not by not going to extremes one way or another, being consistent and balanced. Balancing that checkbook, you know. Okay. And I would also say get counsel, even though I didn't get the card of the Hierophant. Get counsel with regard to your money, like of somebody that understands about finances and retirement, and just have them go over that with you, Mark. It looks good, but, you know, don't let it work you up. Okay? It's going to work out. And your retirement is looking good. But don't, like I said, don't let some news that's coming make you anxious. You'll know what it is. I won't. But maybe take a warm bath or whatever you need to do to relax, to sleep. You know, a hot toddy or something. Okay, Raquel, will my ex and I get back together after 30 years? Whoa, that's a long time. Let's take a look. You know what I'm going to use? I'm going to use the Connection Oracle by Trish James. It's more for love relationships. All right. Imagine if I was taking more than 10 people to read for. This takes longer as it is. So let's go. Let's see. Will my ex, got it. It looks good, Mark. But common sense, you know, common sense and keeping an eye on the money, being very careful with it. Just like you would your favorite, you know, plant. You don't overwater it. You don't put it out in the hot sun. You're welcome, Raquel. Let's take a look and see what we get. I'm going to take another sip of water. It's got to be one of the slowest things to come back is, well, I'm dealing with a lot of sinus. If you get that flu that's going around, it's a real pain. These are really interesting cards. Kind of pretty. I like the colors. Again, color is big to me. I'm a painter. I like to paint. I'll have to take a picture of one of my paintings here and post it for you guys to see. I can't wait to be able to get up and do that again. All right, Raquel, your ex and you. Is there any getting back together after 30 years coming? Let's take a look and see. Will Raquel and her ex get back? They've been apart for 30 years. Is that on the horizon? Will this relationship reignite? Is Raquel going to get back with her ex? Is Raquel going to get back with her ex of 30 years ago? How does that look? Let's see. We get in shock. It was unexpected. Okay. Well, could also be about someone passing, but obviously that's not the case here. Maybe it was a shock to come back in contact with them. And I'm getting unsafe situations or violent attack. I don't know about this deck. I might have to use a different one. There's also a lot of pneumonia going around. Ooh. Well, I would say if this person has any kind of violence, I would avoid them. Because there might be an unsafe situation. I don't know. Or is that anything that may have been around you? Good time, girl. Love a good time. This is kind of like partying. If this isn't lining up, let me know, Raquel, and I can try a different deck. Sometimes the relationship decks aren't always the best decks to use. We have stability and firm ground here. Stable condition. So this feels like a little bit of a warning to me. If there is anything with this person where there's problematic, violent tendencies and partying, that might be something you want to be careful about. Okay? And wise choices. Keep your eyes open with this person. Okay? Look for signs, it says. I'll grab another deck just in case. Work it out together. Well, I don't know how all of this comes together, but lost without reminiscence, memory loss. Okay, Raquel, that's not looking the best. Let me see with a different deck that doesn't focus directly so much on that. Let me try with just a regular tarot deck. And I will should be able to tell too. I'm going to move my heating pad. Now I'm starting to get too warm. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to just use our regular tarot deck. And let's take a look at the relationship angle with the ex. And see if you're going to get back. Hey! And Charlene will be doing your reading. Nicholas, you're going to have to wait to the very, very end. I will do that, but I don't want anyone else making any questions with money attached to it, because I feel bad if I can't do that for others. And it puts me kind of in an awkward spot. You have to get here early, sweetie. So I will do it this time, but please next time, Nicholas. Let's see what we get for you, Raquel. What does Raquel need to know about getting back with that ex? Does that look like something that would be a good idea? Is it something that's going to manifest? What does Raquel need to know about that? The other deck was a little frightening. Okay, we do get the Seven of Wands. It's possible, but it looks like it would require a bit of an effort, because the Seven of Wands requires a bit of an effort, okay? It is a double-edged sword. You're right, Nicholas. I will read it this time, but next time please come early so I can take your question. And we get the moon. I'm going to say no. I don't know that this is going to be a good thing. There's some hidden things. And the other deck, let me get my hair off my neck, you guys. Suddenly I am warmer than warm, and I need to tie up my thick red hair. Oh, thank you for the caveat. I appreciate that. I found some hair clips that are kind of cool. Look at that. It's like a butterfly on the back. And it's easy for me to just do like that. Whew. I'm sweating. Okay, so we're getting the moon, the Seven of Wands. This is like a defensive posture almost to me, Raquel. I'm going to be honest with you. And we're getting justice. Are there any legal matters at hand with this person? I'd be careful, okay? And Three of Wands. this could be something that could come in the future, this justice. So there might be a legal matter that is coming on the horizon here. Be aware of that with this individual. I feel like there might be some hidden things that they've been up to or going on that are not clear with them. And you might want to just keep your boundaries in place. Be careful. I am getting the Nine of Wands. I don't like it. That's often a violent... Yeah, I think this person may have an issue with violence. And I'm near the mission, but I'm not right in. I'm outside of San Francisco, but I'm very close. But I'm not going to say where. Anyways, yeah, Raquel, I think this person might have a problem with some violence, maybe some substance issue. That came up with the first deck. And this moon kind of gives me that vibe, as well as these cards that are telling me all about boundaries. They want you to put up a fence. This person you might even hear of something yet to come through about behavior or something that might be troubling to learn. We do get the Star right now. This can be going through a hard time, but there is hope. But I don't know that I would ever line up with somebody that gets cards like that when they're being warned that this person could have a violent temper. Get counsel. Find out more before you hitch your wagon to this person. I would stay well away, to be honest. You do have spiritual guide around you too right now. These two cards together, especially for me, speak about like spiritual guides trying to be present with you. I think he's bad news. I don't like to say that about somebody I don't know, but the cards are not good, and there might be a legal matter, like I said, that comes up, and it could have to do with assault or a violent attack. And just the cards are like, whoa, 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 there's some energy here that's not that great. Interesting. We're getting the Six of Pentacles. This is giving and receiving help. Kind of looks like Jesus. And the child. So he might, and the Five of Wands. Then there is conflict. He might be asking for help, but be a real jerk about it if you can't do it or something. Maybe along that type of energy. So watch for that. I'm sorry to say that. He's a reason he's your ex. Yeah. I think he needs to stay in the ex. I think he could try and take advantage of your kindness or your desire to help somebody in a bad spot. But it looks like then there's conflict around the help. And that might mean if you go to help him, it might become a nightmare where you can't get rid of him. And I don't like it. He's got a bully card. Look, he's there's hidden things with this Seven of Swords, kind of invisible. And that's usually somebody that's trying to hide things. So I don't like that either about him. And you got the Hierophant twice. I shuffled that. Let's see, did you do it twice? No, you didn't get it twice, but you did get it. And that together is just like that counsel says, N-O. Don't return the phone call. Magician, I get the sense that this is somebody that's very manipulative. Don't let him push you either. Eight of Cups, walk away. Walk away, Renee. Walk away, Raquel. That song. We'll change Renee to Raquel. Walk away from him. He might walk away from you if you don't give him what you want. What he wants. I'm sorry. So he looks like a selfish person. His cards were horrible. And not for nothing. Okay, Elena. And then Charlene. And then Nicholas. General reading. Okay. Let's go. Now I'm finally starting to cool off. Let's go with general reading. Let's see. Which one do I want to use? I know. I'll use I like this one as well, you guys. The Synchronicity deck. This is another type of like oracle deck. Really cool. And Kathleen Nichols made this one. Can't believe Bear Bear is still... She is out for the count. She's got her little head on her pillow. It's so cute. Bear Bear. Little nostrils. Kitty nostrils. I love animals. Alright, here's a little pamphlet that comes with it. It's just like that. And there's a little diagram that comes with it, but I'm just going to pull these cards. Oh, it's a Celtic cross. That's all it is. Okay. So, this is kind of the artwork. Let's take a look and see what these cards want to say for you, Elena Moore. General reading. What you need to know. That's what I always go with when you ask for general readings, because I figure your guides probably have something they want to reinforce. Raquel's definitely did. Don't go with that X. Ooh. Okay. Elena Moore. Let's dial in, see what Spirit wants to share with you, and then we have Charlene and Nicholas, and then that'll be the end of the live. And then next weekend, it'll be on a Saturday at 3 in the afternoon Pacific time, so it'll be earlier on Saturdays. Again, it's easier if y'all if you can, and if notifications are working, if you hit the notification bell so that you know, given your time zone, when it's going to come. But Saturdays are always 3 o'clock and Sundays are 6. And I alternate, so next weekend it'll be Saturday at 3. Let's see, Elena Moore. Hope I'm saying your beautiful name right. I like the way it's spelled. Let's see what we get for you, sweetheart. All right. All right. Let's see what we get. Crystal Vision. Well, this is about that psychic eye. We've got some of you coming up with that psychic energy lately. Opening up. And we get, but we get blocked. Interesting. Okay. Psychic eye blocked. Let's see what else we get. Have you been having headaches or anything like that lately? Just curious, Elena. Now, blocked, unable to move forward, try a new perspective or change of direction for renewed energy and flow. Okay, yeah. Woundvac agrees. Let's see. Crystal Vision. This is in alphabetical order. The subconscious. Let's pick it up and look at the card. The subconscious, like the crystal, is perfect and many-faceted, focused on the third eye and psychic abilities. So you do have some kind of maybe a psychic block going on. And we get Empress with you. Now that could be a mother figure sometimes. It can also just be part of yourself, part of your own feminine power, energy, abundance. But we've got Empress connected to that, and brother. So this could be a mother and a brother figure. Does that make any sense to you? And I don't know, there's a psychic vision or sensitivity that may be blocked in regard to the Empress and the brother. Now, the brother card can be about, not necessarily if you don't have a blood brother. This is a kindred spirit, somebody that holds your hand and helps you fly, it says. And maybe somebody in spirit that helps you. And we do have the Empress with this blocked, maybe this is dealing with the blocked energy, your psychic energy that's blocked, showing up. What are they wanting to say about it? Oops. Oh, that's an E. What am I doing? Oh, yeah, like Gaia, Mother Earth, she is the goddess and the protector of the natural world. I think this is nature as well. Maybe getting out in nature will help to move any kind of a psychic block. Always pay attention, Raquel, to that spidey sense. And sometimes we want to poo-poo it because we don't want to let people down. And especially if they're saying, hey, I really need help. Do you think you could help me out? Watch out. There are people that take advantage, and he looks like one of them. Now, Elena, this feminine energy. Yeah, I am getting nature, especially with her green dress. Now, I know you can't see that so well because of the the green screen. And we get retreat. So this is pulling back for you. That would help too. So being in nature would help to open up psychic abilities that want to come through. You do have a block on it, and apparently you need to open it up. They wouldn't be saying this if they were like, she's not interested. This needs to be opened up for balancing your health. So you get retreat, hibernation away from the world. Yep, nature, shut off the world news and all of that stuff, and help your sensitivity or empathy recalibrate, because it's, I think, blocked. And it looks like Spirit wants to help you, and they recommend via nature, being out in nature, and retreating, pulling back away from news and stress of the world for a little bit. And you get communication. Let's see what else you get with that, because it did come with, let's just see, because I go 2, 2, and 2, right? Yeah. So that comes with the retreat card. So pulling back from the world, but you also have communication. So what's that about, right? Speaking truth. So if you're going to talk, speak your truth. Pull back from the stress and the nonsense and just stick to your truth when you have to communicate. And gentleness. We get gentleness. So let's go to speaking truth and gentleness. Very interesting. So pull back from the noise and the ruckus and give yourself a break, Elena. Stick to speaking your truth. If you have to speak with people, don't let people try and manipulate your emotions. And gentleness, he says you can do this with a gentle direction or reaction. So gentle, right next together. Yes, sometimes we would mistake hardness for strength. This card reminds us that softness of heart and gentleness of spirit can guide us in unexpected ways. In speaking the truth, girl. And let's go with speaking the truth, because I always think that's something good to look at. I hope that there's a little more of a blurb there. Let's go to that for you. Okay. Speaking truth. When I speak the truth, I love this image. When I speak the truth, I am free. I feel clean. The truth lifts me from darkness and gives me wings. So unplug from the stress and renew yourself. And you're going to feel much better, because right now it's plugging up, I think, your flow with your empath and sensitivities. And they're trying to get you just to throw in some hibernation and some TLC, probably some chicken noodle soup or vegetable soup, something healthy and good. That Empress card, mother yourself. You get home with your little, rainbow, and journey. So there could be some travel later. But I think first you're being, told to take care of yourself, unplug, disconnect, have a staycation, if you will, and renew your energy. And then you might be up for some sort of a little travel, a little journey. With the journey might also be the inner journey, with psychic stuff, because your third eye wants to come open. It's like, oh my God, shaman, you got that energy going, girl. Bravery. Remember what it said about bravery? What tonight it said about it's doing things despite being afraid. That's being brave. So it's all good for you. You just need to take care of yourself, pull back from the stress and the nonsense of the world. Be, was that, in the world, not of it, right? That's a very, very cool reading. I wish I could get that reading. Maybe, but I again, we should listen to this, those of us that are listening and me giving the reading, because there's always some truth to take from it and file away. All right, Elena, that's good. All right, Charlene Law, is my move to Florida going to go well? Or going well? All right, let's see what we get for the move. I think we can do it with this deck. Let's see what we get. I love how flexible it is, too. And it's matte, so there's no gloss on the screen. Well, reflection on the screen from the gloss. All right, Charlene and then Nicholas, and then that'll be the end of this live. I just always find these lives so interesting to read for you all. And you guys help me to become a better reader. I've been reading since I was 18. I'm 57 now. But you know what? You never stop growing. You never stop growing with the tarot. And that's what I love about it. It is such a helpful tool. And if you use it in a sacred way, in a good, positive way, good things come from it. Some people just out there for the money. I'm not. Charlene's move to Florida. How's that going to go, guys? Let's dial in to Charlene moving to Florida. I have family in the Keys, one of those little islands there, How is that going to go? What does Charlene need to know about her move to Florida? Give us the 411. Night vision. Ooh, that's so interesting. I know this one's got that psychic stuff to it as well. So I'll get that meaning up for you. And trust. That's a good sign. Like that. Like that for you. Let's read these two first. Night vision. Flip over the pamphlet. I highly recommend this deck. It's a great clarifier. Even just everyday, day-to-day read, pull for yourself. I've gotten some amazing reads from this in the past. Night vision. Oh, here we go. And the queen of the night. See her crown? There's the moon. She's out in the night. I love the night. I do. I love day too. I love the change of... Anyway. when the sun sets and sun rises, I love all those transition points. Anyway, the night vision. The Queen of the Night receives messages from dreams and meditation. Ooh, there could be stuff coming from dreams and meditation about this move. She is highly intuitive and empathetic. Close your eyes to see. Could come to you through dream time, and trust in them if they do, is kind of that message. Let's go to trust. Belief in the unseen forces that bind us. A reminder that this is the bedrock of all healthy relationships. I feel like your guides are saying, we've got you on this. And you might get a dream or some intuitive downloads that just make you feel like it's going to be fine because you have trust. So trust Belief, as I said, in the unseen forces that bind us, and a reminder that this is the bedrock trust of all healthy relationships. All right, what else do you get with this move? You get reflection. You know, sitting back, kind of curled up, reflecting. I'm sure if you do move, that there will be a moment of reflection once you've settled in. So I think, yeah, it looks good. It looks healing. And it says, begin to think of the fresh air and sunshine. Well, that's certainly going to be Florida. And reflection. So there's kind of this very healing, pulled back energy here. Let's go with reflection. Did I get that one? Let me see. Reflection. It is, yeah, contemplate and reflect on life as the moon and the sun shine in the darkness. Okay. Contemplate and reflect on life as the moon reflects the sun, and shines in the darkness. So you've gotten two cards that talk about night and helpful information coming to you at night, or it wants to. You just have to kind of be the receptive party as the Queen of Night. So I would say do your little prayers at night, do, meditation, whatever, and then just kind of relax yourself and get into sleep. And I think you're going to have some really interesting dreams that you can trust, and there's going to be some healing. And that sunshine and fresh air, that to me is a really big nod toward your move. And you get attraction. They've got how the hummingbirds are attracted to the beautiful flowers. It feels like maybe a beautiful environment. The environment there would be positive for you. And gratitude. I really like that for you. So that looks really, really good. And these cards all make sense. So I think it's going to go just fine. But look for some dreams or some kind of downloads that are going to be coming when you kind of pause or reflect, especially at night. That's your unique message, Charlene. I hope that's helpful. All right, Nicholas. All right, where did your question go, Nicholas? I know I marked it. I'll go back here and grab it. Right here. Okay, last question of the live. How successful in financial gain this year will I be? Don't worry, I know there's much more than that to life. I'm still intent on traveling to Japan. So cool. I hope you do. That'd be neat. Well, let's take a look and see what you get. I'm going to go ahead and use this deck again. And then I may use a tarot deck if I want to get more detail, unless it's clear enough to me. So let's clear this, clear this deck. Clear this deck, and then we're going to dial into Nicholas and your financial efforts, your financial gain. Nothing wrong with that. See how that's going to look for you. Your earnings. And so cool that you're going to Japan. There's nothing wrong with money as long as you're moral, Put it to a good purpose. In a way that helps you grow as a person. It's really pretty much that way about everything, If you use a tool the wrong way, same thing with money. Cards or anything. All right, let's take a look at that financial forecast. Is there abundance on the timeline for this year, 2024? Charlene, I think that move is going to be really special, and I think you will be content there. I think there's going to be parts of the environment there that you will respond to, and it looks good for you. Okay, Nicholas. Let's see. We get Sister card. That's interesting. Now, I remember this one was kind of different. I love the artwork, though. And the little birds. And that's information, too. And we get synchronicity. That looks good to me. Synchronicity, we like that for you. All right, let's see what we get for Sister. What was she again? SP, I need SI. SISTER. Help me with my spelling. Where did that go? No, that's SP. SI. Oh, it's over here. Duh. She has your back. You've got a dear friend or someone that has your back with Sister. Dear friend or soulmate. And there's a synchronicity. So there could be somebody that you're close to or you're going to be close to. I'm not sure. I'm getting somebody that you're close to and a synchronicity. And I feel like also with the financial gain, it would look good. Has your back. That's certainly positive. We get planting seeds, okay? So, like, to me, that's your investment and what you're putting it in. So let's read about that. And you're getting Finder of Lost Things. That's good. I think there could be a little bonus amount. Eagle. Really clear vision and foresight. But there is loss. So that might be a way to avoid loss with the sharp eye of the eagle. So let's take a look at planting seeds, and because it's paired with the Finder of Lost Things for you. Okay. We have planting seeds. Let me hold that card up for you, Nicholas. Okay. Time to think ahead. Okay, you're being warned to think ahead. Know that small steps can lead to rebirth, change, growth. So that financial growth, there's steps to take in order to make that financial gain bloom. Okay? And you do have the Finder of Lost Things connected to this financial outlook, which says the elephant cares for the small things of the world with great tenderness. He will help you find lost items, people, and even emotions. Yeah, I think that you will get the money. I do think it looks good. You can make it grow more by being prepared, taking certain steps. Oopsies. It has your back energy and synchronicity. Oopsie. Along with the elephant, it makes me just feel like you're meant to go places and see certain things and experience certain things. And I feel like that money will eventually probably help you to do that. But be careful and avoid pitfalls, avoid loss here with eagle and loss. Let's take a look at that. And I'll pull a few more cards from that, but let's just take a look at that eagle and loss and see what that means. Eagle is the visionary, mental sharpness. Again, use your mental sharpness with the finance here. It's probably why you've got that night out. Anyway, cheap joke. Anyway, visionary with mental sharpness, she sees from a higher vantage point with greater acuity than most. So I think that if you keep your eye watchful, you can pick up a way to avoid loss. Because otherwise it looks like you're going to be solid. You're going to do very well. But there is the use of foresight and to deal with loss. So that is a caution. Let's take a look at loss. Sadness, regret, missing of lost love, rank or item, potential for transformation. I think there's transformation on the way. I get love. That's such a nice card. Look at the stars in their hair. And it says shooting stars. That's a neat card. You do get love. This is the second time we're kind of getting a highlight of a relationship for you, Nicholas. And bloom. I think you could have a relationship that could develop that looks really super positive as well. And yes, the bloom of the planting of seeds earlier. So I feel like you will get a good financial gain with bloom. But you have to keep the mentally sharp and watchful about stuff. So, well, as long as you do that, it looks really good. Like you'll catch something, you know? You'll just catch an issue. Artist, that's good. And fall. I don't know. Maybe you're going to see some really cool art or be very creative come fall. Well, we're in kind of heading out of fall now. So maybe this is on the horizon. The world, there's that travel. Look at that. Yeah, that's good. And also, and wildness, you know, you're able to maybe be a bit more spontaneous and kind of let yourself, you know, be yourself. Wildness is the wolf reminds us to honor the wildness of our being. Take chances. Wander. You're definitely getting the wanderlust. Yeah? Travel. And it's good. So, Nicholas, bloom and all of that, just make sure you plan. If you don't do, it can't happen, you know? So, if you don't plant the seeds, they're not going to bloom. You do that, it's going to be great. Looks really good. Oh, wow, I didn't see Elena's comments in there. I'll have to read through that. Okay. That's right. These messages are, no matter who's watching this, what time, they're really a message for all of us. And just to keep it on your mental shelf. Okay, guys? All right. That's the final reading for tonight. And I'm sorry if I wasn't able to take your reading this time, but next Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific time, which would be 6 p.m. I'm sorry, 6 p.m. Eastern time, next Saturday, I'll be reading at an earlier time. And so if I didn't get you this time, come very quickly round about the first part of the live to get your question taken and read. Okay, to make sure you get it, because it goes very quickly, and I typically take between 10 and 12. But anyway, I'll put these away after I sign off. Thank you all so very much. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video or live. All right. Oh, that will be tomorrow night, because Deanne Shieldmaiden and I are going to do a pre-recorded live, but we'll have to record that first, and then I have to make it a live for you guys. So pay attention to tomorrow, because there will be some new material. There will be a new video on politics, if you're interested, with my friend Deanne Shieldmaiden. All right? It should be fun. We have a lot of fun together. So I'll see you guys later. Bye. Take care.